There was a period of my life when I was a traveling musician. Worked for hire, different bands, studios, always moving. I was on the road so much that I got rid of my apartment. It didn't make sense for me to pay rent for a place that I barely slept in. And when you live like that, you get itineraries. Flights, venues, hotels. We had a short festival run, 3 or 4 days. I glanced at my itinerary and I thought, okay, this is new. So we land, go to baggage claim. Some guy helps me with my bag. He's black. Didn't think anything of it. We get on the bus. Bus driver's black. Same thing. Didn't think anything of it. We drive for a bit. Beautiful scenery. Ocean, green hills. Then we pull up to the hotel. Nice hotel. Like really nice. Bellhops come out with their carts. One of them grabs my bags. He's black. Still, for me, nothing's registering. Then we walk inside. Marbled floors, chandeliers, high ceilings. A busy, beautiful hotel. I looked around. The staff, the front desk, the people running the place. And I stop. And that's when it hit me. Everyone is black. I'm in a black country. Not visiting a neighborhood, not passing through a space. I'm in a place where black is the default. That realization hit me all at once. I checked into my room, and over the next few days, life just unfolds. So I'm walking down the road with a new friend I met there, and a guy approaches us. Dreads, big smile. He asked if we want fresh coconut water. And I'm thinking, where is he keeping it? No cart, no cooler, nothing. Just some straws in his hand. So I say, yeah, sure. And that's when he pulls out his machete, climbs a tree, cuts down 2 fresh coconuts, cracks them open, hands them to us with straws. That was his whole operation. Later that evening, I'm sitting at a bar. Guy next to me has food that smells incredible. I asked him, what is that? He tells me the name. To this day, I don't remember. But before I can even respond, he breaks off a piece and hands it to me. Doesn't ask, just does it. And the next day, we take a trip into the hills, into this mountain area. There was an open-air restaurant, land everywhere. The woman hosting, dressed in traditional wear, explains that everything we were eating was grown right there. Vegetables, meat, all of it. Then at some point, a man joins us, a banker. We were talking casually, and during the conversation, he says, no disrespect, I don't like America. So I'm thinking, oh, he must have been there before. So I ask, have you been? He says, no. Then in my head, I'm thinking, how can you not like a place you've never been? But I don't say that out loud. Instead, I say, so why don't you like America? And then he explains, one of the country's biggest exports are bananas. They were negotiating deals. The U.S. was offering a price so low that it would have trapped them economically. In his words, economic slavery. So they did business elsewhere. Fair price, market value. That was really the first time I understood how someone outside the U.S. could look at the U.S. and see something very differently. And have a very valid reason for it. But the moment that stayed with me the longest came later. I was walking into a boutique to buy some gifts. Nice space, very quiet. The woman working there says hello. I say hello back. She stays seated behind the counter. She doesn't get up. She doesn't follow me. She's not even watching me. She's really not concerned about what I'm doing. And what hit me wasn't just the store, it was the feeling. The absence of that low-level awareness that someone might be watching me for something I hadn't done. Not treating my presence as a probability. For weeks, even months after that trip, I tried to explain that feeling to people. I couldn't quite find the words up until recently. Imagine you're born and immediately someone puts a backpack on you. It's empty. As you grow up, people you don't know, and maybe people you do know, start dropping small pebbles into it. The looks, the comments, moments you can't quite explain. It happens slowly. The older you get, the more pebbles get added. The backpack gets heavier. But you don't really notice it's getting heavier. You just think, this is how walking feels. Days become months, months become years, and then one day, you're standing in a boutique in St. Lucia, and all of a sudden, that backpack comes off. You didn't even know it was there, but you feel the difference immediately. And that's when I thought, wow, this must be what it feels like to be white in America. Not calculating, not bracing, not adjusting, just relaxed. And that's when I realized something uncomfortable. If it's normal for some people, then our normals are not the same. They can't be. I believe every black person should feel the lightness at least once in their lives. As a matter of fact, I believe every white person should know what it feels like to live as a minority for a long period of time. Not for guilt, not for blame, just for understanding. Because once you feel the difference, you can't unfeel it. And you can't pretend you don't see it anymore. Because what we call normal depends entirely on what we've been carrying without ever being asked.